Yo, what up boys? So this will be an insane compilation of all of the $1 trade-ups that I have used over the past years to grow my $5 inventory to now more than $5,000, which is insane. Now I found 50 of these insanely profitable $1 trade-ups, but I will be splitting them into 2 videos since it will probably take too long. And for this video, more than half of them will be no-risk trade-ups since I know that most of you guys really like them. Now for some additional notes for this video, the profits and losses that I'll be showing will already be after Steam tax, and also I'll be rating each trade up based on 2 factors. First is its profitability, and second is how easy it is to get. And for the last note before we start, I will be doing all of the trade ups that I show in here to prove to you guys that you can actually profit with these, and I'll be tallying up the profits and losses by the end of this video, so make sure to stay tuned. But anyway, first trade up, we will be doing this mil-spec StatTrak Spectrum 2 trade up in where we will be using 10 StatTrak field tested Spectrum 2 skins. So for this trade up, you can use the Sawed-Off Morris, the GSGG1 Hunter, and the Scar 20 Jungle Slipstream. The best one to use will be the Sawed-Off Morris since that will only cost 14 cents, but you can really use any of the 3 skins. Now the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.2083, and the total cost will be anywhere from $1.40 to $1.50. And for the outcomes, the best outcome will be the MP9 Goo, which will be a 61 cents profit. Then the CZ Tactic Cut will give us a 46 cents profit. The Ziggy will give us around a 36 cents profit, and these 2 outcomes will give us profits around 25 cents. Now the profitability of this trade up is insane for a no risk trade up. It has a profitability of 126.57%, and so for profitability, I'll be giving it a score of 9 out of 10, but for the ease to get, I'll be only giving it around a 7 out of 10. And for our first attempt for this trade up, sadly we got the worst outcome, so we are off to a really bad start, but this is a no risk trade up, so we are profiting anyway. Now before we proceed to the next trade up, I'll be giving away a StatTrak Battles card Emperor for Temukao in this video, and if you want to enter, all you have to do is just like, subscribe, and comment anything you want down below. Now on to trade up number 2. This is a trade up that I'm sure no one is doing. So this will be a mil-spec Gamma 2 trade up in where we'll be using 6mm more Gamma 2 skins and 4 factory new Dreams and Nightmare skins. So for the Gamma 2 skins, you can really only use the GS3G1 ventilators since the others will be quite too expensive, and you can get this one for 11 cents each. And now for the factory new Dreams and Nightmare skins, you can use the Mag 7 Foresight and the Scar 20 Poultrygeist, which you can get for 18 to 19 cents each. Now the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.07, so I recommend you guys to use minimal skins with floats less than 0.093 and factory new skins with floats less than 0.035, and the total cost will be around $1.40 each. And for the outcomes, this will be a very low risk trade up. So we only have a 24% chance to lose money in this trade up with the 3 Dreams and Nightmare skins, and the rest of the outcomes will be some big profits, the best one being the Glock Weasel, which will be a 66 cents profit, and the Power Car being a 50 cents profit. Then some of these outcomes will be around a 30 cents profit, and the rest of the outcomes will be around a break even. So the profitability of this trade up will come out to be 109.35%. And so for the profitability, I'll only be giving it a 5 out of 10 since the profitability is not as high as the first one. But since not much people are doing this trade up, I will be giving the ease of the trade up to be around 8 out of 10. And for my attempt for this trade up, I got one of the break even outcomes, so I guess I'll take it. On to trade up number 3, this will be a very simple trade up. So this will be a mil-spec Kilowatt trade up in where we will be using 10 field tested Kilowatt skins. So the best input that you can use for this trade up will be the Nova Dark Sigil, but any of these 3 other inputs will be fine. And you can get them for around 9 to 10 cents each, and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.223. This should be quite easy to get, it's not as high as the requirements for the other trade ups. Now the total cost will be just under $1, and for the outcomes, the best outcome will be the Glock 18 Block 18, what the fuck is that name? But this will be around a 66 cents profit, and the sawed-off analog input will give you around a 50 cents profit. Then we have a 60% chance to get a break-even outcome, which is quite unlucky, and hopefully we don't hit that in our attempt. But anyway, the profitability of this trade up is 121.51% with a profit per trade up of 20 cents. Now for my ratings for this trade up, I'll give the profitability an 8 out of 10. The profitability is quite high. And also I'll be giving the ease of the trade up to be an 8 out of 10 since it is quite easy to get the inputs for the trade up. Now for my attempt, I got the M4A for Edgelord, which is a break even, so I'm not really too sad about it. On to the next trade up, we will be doing a mil-spec glove trade up in where we will be using 7 minimal wear glove skins and 3 factory new glove skins. So for the minimal wear skins, you can use these 3 skins which you can get for around 14 to 16 cents each. And for the glove skins, you can use these 2 skins which you can get for 30 to 31 cents each. Now the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.07, so I recommend you guys to use minimal wear skins that floats less than 0.087 and factory new skins that floats less than 0.03. Now the total cost will just be around $1.90, and for the outcomes, we get a $1 profit 60% of the time and we get an 80 cents loss 40% of the time. And the profitability of this trade up is 114.51%, so it is a decent profit. So I will be giving it around a 6.5 out of 10, but for the ease of the trade up, it is quite hard to get the inputs. The float requirements are quite strict, so I will only be giving it around a 4 out of 10. Actually, I'll be giving this trade up a 0 out of 10 since I got the worst possible outcome. Just kidding guys, try this trade up out, it is an insane trade up. Next trade up, we will be doing a mil-spec clutch trade up. So we'll be using 10 mil clutch skins. You can get them for around 9 cents each, and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.0875. Now obviously the total cost will just be around 90 cents, and for the outcomes, this is almost a no risk trade up. So we get a 58 cents profit with the Glock Moonrise, then a 30 cents profit with the UMP, a 20 cents profit with the Negev and the Nova Wild 6, and a 30 cents loss with the Mag 7 Swag 7. Now for the profitability of this trade up, it has a profitability of over 121%, and so for my ratings for this trade up, I'll be giving the profitability an 8.5 out of 10, and it is also not that hard to get the inputs for this trade up, so I'll be giving the ease an 7.5 out of 10. But somehow I still managed to get the worst outcome. Fuck my life, man. Now on to trade up number 3. This will be a very cheap trade up for you guys with actual inventory is less than $1. So this will be a very simple trade up of using 10 field tested safe house skins. So you can use any of these 5 skins which you can get for around 5 cents each, and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.174. Now for some tips for this trade up, you can use additional minimal wear skins if you are having a hard time getting the floats for this trade up. But anyway, the total cost for this specific trade up is 50 cents, and for the outcomes, you have a 1/3 chance to get the SSG Acid Fade, which will be a 40 cents profit. Then the 5/7 Silver Quartz will give us a 1 cent profit, and the FAMAS Teardown will give us a 17 cents loss. Now the profitability of this trade up is 114%, so I will be giving it a 6.5 out of 10. And for the ease of the floats, I know that you guys think that a 0.174 is very hard for a field tested skin, but since these are very common, it is actually quite easy to get them, so I'll also be giving it a 6.5 out of 10. And luckily now we managed to hit the best outcomes, so that's quite nice. Are you looking for low float skins for your trade ups? Well, I just found this low float skin for this print stream trade up easily on Skins Monkey. So Skins Monkey is a site where you can trade your skins safely and easily to get those nasty CS2 skins. And for you guys, Skins Monkey and I are giving out a free $5 on your first trade if you put in my code elsu. They're also giving away a bunch of free skins, and using my code you can get a 35% bonus on your deposits. So make sure to check them out, link is in the description. Now let's go with another 50 cent trade up, and for this one, we will now be doing a StatTrak Revolution trade up in where we'll be using 10 field tested Revolution skins. So you can use any of these 5 skins which you can get for 5 cents each, and the average float of the 10 skins is less than 0.187. Now for the outcomes, this is an insanely profitable and almost a no risk trade up. So we'll be getting a 50 cents profit with the M4A1 Emphorosaurus and the Mach 10 Sakaku, then around a 20 cents profit with the Glock Umbral Rabbit and the P90 Neo Queen, and only a very small loss with the Revolver Banana Cannon. And for the profitability of this trade up, it is an insane 146%, which is the highest out of any of the trade ups that I'll be showing over here. And so for my rating, I'll be giving the profitability a 10 out of 10. And for the ease to get the floats, it is also quite decently easy to get it, so I will be giving it an 8 out of 10. Now, I guess you can say that I am biased since I managed to hit the M4A1, which makes me a really happy guy. But anyway, on to another trade-up that you guys haven't seen before. So this will be a mil-spec shadow trade-up in where we'll be using 6 field-tested shadow skins and 4 factory new recoil skins. So for the field-tested shadow skins, you can use the M249 system lock, which you can get for 21 cents each. And for the recoil skins, you can use any of these 4 skins, which you can get for 10 cents each. Now, the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.14, so I recommend you guys to use field-tested skins with floats less than 0.185, and field-tested recoil skins with floats less than 0.09. And the total cost will be around $1.60, and for the outcomes, any of the shadow skins will give us insane profits anywhere from $1 to as much as $1.40. Then we will be getting a 45% chance to lose money with the recoil skins, but these losses are only around 80 cents. So that will be giving us a profitability of 115.66%. Now I will be giving the profitability a 7 out of 10, but for the ease of the floats, I will only be giving it a 4 out of 10 since I did have a hard time getting the inputs for this trade-up. Now moving on to trade-up number 9, this will be again almost a no-risk trade-up. So this will be a mil-spec StatTrak Prisma 2 trade-up in where we'll be using 6 StatTrak field-tested Prisma 2 skins and 4 StatTrak Revolver Prisma 2 skins. And for the field-tested skins, you can use these 4 skins, which you can get for 11 to 13 cents each. And for the Revolver skins, you can use these 2 skins, which you can get for around 28 cents each. Now, the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.15, so I recommend you guys to use field-tested skins with floats less than 0.19 and Revolver skins with floats less than 0.09. And the total cost will be around $1.83 each. And for the outcomes, you have a 20% chance to hit this thing, which will be around a $2 profit. Then these 2 outcomes will give us profits from 10 to 34 cents each. This Scar 20 will give us around a break even, and this Sawed Off Apocalypto will give us a loss of around 29 cents each. And for the profitability, we will be getting a profitability of 120.77%, so that has to be at least an 8 out of 10 in my rating. And for the ease to get of this trade-up, I will also be giving it a 7 out of 10, which is quite high, so make sure to try this one out. But hopefully you guys get luckier than I am since I am having the worst day ever. Like seriously, how do I keep on hitting these 20%? But anyway, for the next trade-up, this will be the first risky trade-up that I'll be showing you over here. So if you're a long-term viewer of mine, you guys will know that this is one of my favorite trade-ups to do. And to do it, we will be using 6 field-tested Prisma 1 skins and 4 minimal wear fracture skins. So for the Prisma skins, you can use these 5 skins, which you can get for around 16 to 18 cents each. And for the minimal skins, you can use these 4 skins, which you can get for 8 cents each. Now, the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.15, so I recommend you guys to use field-tested skins with floats less than 0.19, and minimal skins with floats less than 0.089. And the total cost will be around $1.30, and for the outcomes, the one and only big profit outcome will be the AWP Atheris, which will be a $4.50 profit, but also the Deagle Light Rail will also be profits of around 30 cents, but the rest of the outcomes will be some big losses, anywhere from 22 to as much as 71 cents loss. So only try this trade-up out if you have some Steam balance or if you are a degenerate gambler like me. But anyway, for our attempt for this trade-up, can we at least hit the Deagle in 3, 2, 1? Nice! That's big! Now I'm not so mad anymore about the losses that we got from the previous trade-ups. But anyway, next trade-up, let's go with the Nordis trade-up, and for this one, we will be using 10 field-tested recoil skins. So this will be a very simple trade-up. You can just get 10 of these skins for 5 cents each, and also just make sure that the average float is less than 0.2142. Now again, the total cost will be around 50 cents each, and for the outcomes, we have a 60% chance to get any of these 3 skins. They will be profits of 30 cents since they will come out in the minimal condition, and these 2 outcomes will just be a break even since they will come out in the field tested condition. But anyway, the profitability of this trade-up is insane. It has a profitability of 136%. So I will be giving the profitability a 9.5 out of 10 since it is insanely profitable. And for the ease of the trade up, a lot of people are spamming out this trade up, so it can be quite hard even though the flows are quite forgiving, so I will only be giving it a 6.5 out of 10. But anyway, our luck ran out since we got the worst outcome yet again. Next trade up, we will be doing a mil-spec Chroma 3/Fracture trade up, and we'll be using 6 mil-wear Chroma 3 skins and 4 factory new Fracture skins. So for the Chroma 3 skins, you can use these 3 skins, which you can get for 12 cents each, and for the Fracture skins, you can use these 3 skins, which you can get for 19 cents each. And the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.07, so make sure to use mil-wear skins with floats less than 0.093, and factory new skins with floats less than 0.035, and the total cost will be around $1.50 each. And for the outcomes, we get a $2 profit with the SSG Ghost Crusader, then an 88 cents profit with the XM Black Tie, a 70 cents profit with the Galil Fireflight, a break even with 5 of these outcomes, and a very small loss 16% of the time with these 2 outcomes. So I'd say this is again almost a no risk trade up, and the profitability will come out to 123.65%. And so for my ratings, I will be giving a profitability an 8 out of 10 and the ease of the trade up a 7 out of 10. I did find it quite easy to get the inputs, but it may be different from you guys. Now for my attempt of this trade up, we somehow hit the best outcomes, so it's either we hit the best outcome or the worst outcome, I guess. Now for trade up number 13, we will be doing this industrial grade Italy trade up in where we will be using 10 field tested Italy skins. So this will be the cheapest trade up out of all of the trade ups that I'll be showing over here. And you can use any of these 5 skins, which you can get for 4 cents each. Now the average float that you need for this trade up is not that demanding. You only need to get an average float below 0.2333. And for the outcomes, you get an 18 cents profit with the Glock Candy Apple, then a 9 cents profit with the MP7 Anodized Navy, and a 10 cents loss with the Sawed-Off Full Stop. So considering that this is only a 40 cents trade up, the profits are quite nice. So the profitability will be around 115%, and so I'll be giving the profitability a 6.5 out of 10, but I will also be giving the ease a 9 out of 10 since it is quite easy to get the inputs. And for my attempt for this trade up, I mean, of course, we hit the worst possible outcome. Now for the next trade up, this will possibly be the best trade up that I'll be showing in this video, so make sure to listen. So this is just the StatTrak version of the field tested Emphorosaurus trade up that I showed a while ago. And so you'll be using 10 StatTrak field tested Revolution skins for around 15 cents each. And again, the average float needs to be less than 0.1875. But then for the outcomes, you have a 40% chance to get these 2 skins, which will be around a $2 profit. Then the Glock Umbral Rabbit will be a 60 cents profit. This will be a break even, and the Revolver Banana Cannon will give us around a 90 cents loss. And for the profitability of this trade up, it is literally insane. It has a profitability of 148%. And so I'll be giving the profitability a rating of an 11 out of 10 since it is really insane. I promise you guys, you won't find much better trade ups than this. And for the ease of the trade up, a lot of people are spamming out this trade up. And so I will only be giving it a 6 out of 10. But I guess it doesn't really matter since we hit the best possible outcome. So I am really happy with that. Now next trade up, if you want another high risk trade up, this is the one for you. So this will be an industrial grade 2018 Nuke trade up in where we'll be using 10 mil-wear Nuke skins. So you can use any of these 3 skins, which you can get for around 6 cents each, and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.084. Now for the outcomes, you have a 25% chance to get the AWP Acheron, which will be a $1 profit. Then the rest of the outcomes will only be some small losses of around 13 cents. But even though this is a very risky trade up, it still has quite an insanely high profitability of 123.33%. And so here are my ratings for this trade up, but unfortunately we didn't get the ALB, so that's quite sad. Now the next trade up will be a no risk trade up, so this will be a mil-spec Prisma 2/Recoil trade up. So you will be using 6 minimal wear Prisma 2 skins, which you can get for around 11 to 13 cents each, and 4 factory new Recoil skins, which you can get for around 24 cents each. and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.07, so I recommend you guys to use minimal risk skins with floats less than 0.093, and factor in new skins with floats less than 0.035, and the total cost will be around $1.66 each. And for the outcomes, the best outcome will be the Fever Dream with a 70 cents profit. Then some of the outcomes will be profits of around 30 cents, and the other outcomes will be around a break even. And in terms of profitability, we will be getting a profitability of 109.04% for this trade up. Now, from my experience, the floats for this trade up is quite easy to get. As you can see over here, there are already a lot of them with decently low floats. So make sure to try this one out. Next trade up, this will be an insanely profitable no risk trade up. So we'll be using 10 StatTrak Field Tested Danger Zone skins, and you can use any of these 3 skins. And the hard thing about this trade up is that you need to keep the average float to be below 0.1666. For the outcomes, as you can see, we have a 20% chance to get the P250 Nevermore in the factory new condition, so that will be a $2 profit. Then we have a 60% chance to get a profit of around 40 cents and a 20% chance to profit 2 cents. And as you can see, the profitability is over 140%. But do note that it is insanely hard to get the floats for this trade up. So you can use some minimal wear skins so that it will be easier to bring the floats down. But then again, we hit the worst outcome somehow yet again. On to the next trade up, it's just a non-StatTrak version of the first trade up that I showed. So again, you use 10 field tested Spec 2 skins, and the average float needs to be less than 0.2083. For the outcomes, you have a 20% chance to profit around 5 to 10 cents and a 20% chance to break even. And for this trade up, the profitability is not that high, but it is very easy to get the floats for it. So as you can see here, I have a ton of them with really low floats. And we hit the worst outcome yet again. Next one, this will be another really low risk trade up. So we'll be using 10 field tested Dreams and Nightmare skins, and the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.197, and you can get each one of them for around 4 cents each. And for the outcomes, you have an 80% chance to profit anywhere from 3 to 24 cents, and another 20% chance to lose only 17 cents. And so the profitability of this trade up is 117.5%, and if you are looking for a really nice 40 cents trade up, make sure to try this one out. Now on to the next trade up, we will be doing a Revolver / Prisma 2 trade up. So we will be using 7 field tested Revolver skins and 3 minimal wear Prisma 2 skins. Now for the Revolver skins, you can use these 2 skins which you can get for 12 cents each, and for the minimal wear skins, you can use these 2 skins which you can get for 11 to 12 cents each. And the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.15, so I recommend you guys to use field tested skins with floats less than 0.18 and minimal wear skins with floats less than 0.088. And the total cost will be around $1.20, and for the outcomes, all of the Revolver skins will be a profits anywhere from 9 cents to as much as $2.25. Then for the Prisma 2 skins, the SSG will be a 1 cent loss, and the rest of the outcomes will be losses of only around 50 cents. And as you can see, the profitability of this trade up is 135.59%, which is insanely high. But the floats might be a bit hard to get for this trade up, so you can use 6 field tested and 4 minimal wear skins instead. Now for the last trade up for this video, I wanted to do a very risky trade up just for my thumbnail and as an excuse to fuel my gambling addiction. But anyway, for this last trade up, we will be doing a trade up for a StatTrak minimal wear Emperor for Temukau or a Desert Prince stream. And for this trade up, we will be using 8 StatTrak Field Tested Revolution skins and 2 StatTrak minimal wear Fracture skins. And for the Revolution skins, you can use any of these 2 skins which you can get for around $3.50, and for the Fracture skins, you can use the XM Entombed which you can get for $8.70 each. Now the average float of the 10 skins needs to be less than 0.1875, and the total cost will be around $45, and for the outcomes, we have a 10% chance to get the Deagle Prince stream which will be a $60 profit, then a 40% chance to get the Emperor for Temukau which will be a $47 profit, then another 50% chance to lose around $20. And as you can see, the profitability of this trade up is over 130%, so let's hope to get a nice profit. Okay, so I'll take the M4, I'll take the Deagle in 3, 2, 1. Nice! Holy shit! Holy shit, we hit it, bro. So adding up my profits and losses, we got a profit of $56.44 for this video, and considering that we got really unlucky with the first trade-ups, we still got a lot of profits, so we'll definitely take that. But anyway, if you would like to see me get $50 just from a $1 trade-up, make sure to check out this video. And if you would like to see how to get a free knife, make sure to check out this other video.